Hello everybody, it's me, Marina Martinez-Bateman. I am filming a planner video. I swear to God, I started this video, I stopped it for some reason, I went to do something else, I have no idea what that was. Oh Lord. Oh, I went to turn on the lights because I literally didn't have the lights on. I'm tired, y'all. I don't know, anybody who knows me, who's watching this, knows that I have been bragging about the fact that on Christmas, I mean, not actual Christmas, my family celebrates Yule, so it's actually after Christmas, but basically on Yule Eve, I experienced a Yule Eve miracle where I went to bed at midnight and I woke up at 8 a.m. And then basically until last week, I have been doing that every night. Like, barring like when I'm so sick or like in so much pain that I can't sleep or stuff like that, which is just kind of like normal for me as a chronically ill person, I just sleep. And the last couple of weeks, well, like maybe the last month or so, ever since I recovered from my illness in June, I have just had a lot more energy than I've had for literally years. And I'm doing a lot of things that I used to do again. I'm doing journaling stuff, I'm doing art stuff, I'm doing craft stuff. It's amazing. But one of the things that my returned energy has brought back to me is my insomnia. I slept 1 hour last night. Then I was awake until about 5 a.m. Then I slept about 4 more hours. And then I got up and started my day. So it is now, my watch is dead, which is just like a symbol of what's going on with me. I'm just even going to take it off. It's probably about 6 or 7 p.m. right now. It's definitely after 7. Anyway, that's not important. I'm a wreck. Long story short, I'm a wreck. Prepare for chaos. Sorry, and you're welcome. So we're looking at my Hobonichi cousin, and of course it's got suns over a bunch of stuff. There's also a bunch of stuff I haven't put in here yet because I updated this, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. Haven't updated it again. Normally, tomorrow is the start of the week. Normally, I would have this done, and then I would also have this done. Obviously, that's not happening. So, and the cousin, I'm not going to show you guys because I have a bunch of stuff in here that's like mostly work related that it just doesn't go on YouTube anymore. But this planner, long story short, has not been working for me. As you can see, I put my initial plans in blue ink. This is a comic making class that I'm taking. It's really fun. But I put my initial plans in blue, not ink, blue pencil. I have this lovely pencil from HMM that's just like hefty and metal and simple and wonderful. And I have a problem because I put my initial plans in pencil, then I usually write over the plans in ink, which I think, do I still have all my, no, I took all my things off. I had a bunch of stickies on this tab so you could see, but I took them all off. But it's just not, it's not working for me. It is not working for me, and I am having a problem because I need to be able to future plan. I need to be able to look at what is coming in the coming weeks, and this, she's not it anymore. And this is the problem, I don't entirely know what is it now. For many years before I had a Hobonichi, I bullet journaled, and I bullet journaled this layout, almost exactly this. The first time I saw a Hobonichi, I lost my goddamn mind because it was exactly what I needed. It was what I had been bullet journaling, meticulously laying out these fucking lines, meticulously counting down. Oh, my light died. Come back to me. No, she's gone. That's okay. Oh, she's back. Anyway, meticulously writing every hour, all this stuff I did in my bullet journal week after week after week. And now here it was, exactly what I needed. And now it's not what I need anymore. And I'm bereft, you guys. Oh, she died again. I don't know if you can even tell. But I am bereft. I am so sad because this was perfect. This was my perfect journal. I did so much in this, and I don't know what to do. So here is my thought. I went to Blick, the art store, and I also went to my local stationery store, and we talked about what to do with this. And I think, actually, you know what I wish I could do is I wish I could find like a completely blank week with the Hobonichi, in my Hobonichi. I don't think I'm gonna find it, to be honest. Because despite like it not really working for me anymore, like I still like use it quite a bit to backlog. It's nice for memory keeping. So I know what was going on that week if I can just remember to update it. But future planning, it's fucked in here, and so I don't know what to do. That being said, here's my solution. I got a bunch of stuff, not all of it related to this. But let's unpack. Some of this I'm gonna show you later. Some of this is just, you know, office supplies, basically, that I needed to restock on. But here, this, and I had it in my pocket when I sat down here. Where are you? This is watercolor. I also have white gouache to see which one works better. But here it is. We are going to paint this bad boy with watercolor and gouache. And then I am going to talk about, I'm going to set it aside to dry, and then I'm going to talk about what my idea is and what my plan is for going forward. This is the lid to the gouache. I think is it Niji? Yeah, this little gouache tub. This lid is great for doing mixing colors and like separating them. Let's see, here's my good old paint towel. Let's see if we can get some paint on this sponge, because I want to use the sponge and not a brush, because I want to be really liberal with the application, because I don't need to completely white out this page. I don't want to make it so that I can't tell what it was before, but I want to make it so that I can write over it with new numbers, with new everything, and still get use out of this fucking planner that I am so in love with, and that I have spent so much time in, and that I honestly like. And I was at a thing last night, and someone there they didn't show me it because they didn't have it with them, but they showed me their Kokuyo Pal. They showed me pictures of it, and they love it, and it does this thing. The Kokuyo Pal does this thing that is designed by this planner person. I think her name, I'm not gonna try and attempt to say her name, but it starts with a B, I think. She's Chinese. But I don't want to get her name wrong. But it kind of, in my mind, it feels like her name is like Bishonen. But anyway, so here I am, just sponging on this watercolor, and also getting a shitload of, I don't know, some kind of fuzz on this page. But the plan is to just cover these with watercolor and try not to get it too thick, because I still want to be able to paint, or not paint, to put fountain pen ink on this page. And I have, not this one, but I have old Hobonichis at home that you can see elsewhere on this channel if you go back far enough, or you go to the planner playlist. I have old Hobonichis that have tons of watercolor on like every page. So I am confident that I will be able to write over the watercolor once it dries, as long as I don't put it on too terribly thick. I am adding a lot more pigment to this than I normally would and than I have in past planners. And part of me thinks that that will be a mistake and that I'm going too quickly, and that what I really need to do is add like a very light wash. And then, I mean, it'll still be August, so that I can just keep. Anyway, but I can just add a very light wash. I'm thinking that if this doesn't work, what I'm saying is I'll add a very light wash and then go over it a couple of times and build it up slowly. And that if I do that, that will make it so that I can still write on it with my fountain pens. Because I don't only want this to be functional, right? If I just wanted it to be functional, I would just split a line down the middle of the page or the middle of the something and then use that, which I might still do. Like at the end of the day, functionality is actually my priority. I want it to be really functional. I want it to be really easy for me to not only see what I have coming up in the coming couple of weeks, but also to see what I have done. It's important to me. I have always been a person that records my life. And now, more than ever, I find it to be very important. Not only are there just important milestones going on for me that I need and want to record, but I also don't necessarily want on the internet. Also, my memory is not what it used to be. I'm not like, there's no cognitive decline, but one of the things about being constantly triggered by your multiple overlapping, one after the other toxic work environments, which is what was going on for me for much of the last, 20, 25 years, is that I was constantly triggered by my workplaces, constantly, and my family members who I was still in contact with and everything, and my health problems and all this shit. And the thing about being in being triggered is that your brain starts, my brain at least, some other people might have experienced being triggered differently, but when I'm really triggered, my brain starts recording like a camera. I don't forget anything. Every single detail is just locked in. Now that I live a life where I'm not constantly triggered, and I do things like eat regularly and sleep regularly, and I have time for crafts and hobbies that aren't directly attached to monetization, as I say into the camera for my YouTube channel, but whatever. Some things I just want to share because I think it's really important that we talk about how we, I run a business that, is anti-capitalist, where I want to be able to live a life and prioritize my family and my health and my needs over profit for the company while still making profit so that I can live. It doesn't feel like it should be super complicated, but it tends to be kind of complicated. And there's a lot of people I meet who I think we're on the same page, and then it just kind of turns out that we're not. And so I really have to know what I'm about when I'm doing this, or we have a problem, right? if I don't know what I'm about when I'm doing this, I can, good. I can get kind of caught up and forget to advocate for myself, forget to live in my values, forget a bunch of shit, right? Okay, so that page is fairly whited out. You can still, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Let me stand up and check. You can still see like a little bit of the like this guy's over here. I don't know how much I want to add to this to like make it covered, because I don't know how much adding a bunch more pigment is going to do to that page. So let's set that aside to dry, and then I'll come back to it at the end of the video and see, hold on, and see if it's doing what I want. And then the backup plan is this. Same size, Stology. I got it at Oblation, my local stationery store. It was $30. Actually, I don't think it was. I think it was on sale, because I don't think I paid $30 for that entire tab. And I got something else as well. I can't remember what. But yeah, so, oh, I got this. I got some Pilot Platinum ink because, and I'll tell you, I'll show you, I think I need water resistant ink, which I didn't have in my whole collection because it was never that big of a deal, and also I sometimes paint with my inks, so I just never. Anyway, so here, I've had Stologies before, but it's been a really long time. I know Dakshina from Dakshina Plans uses her Stology, like all her stuff is Stology. So I know that they can really take a beating. I also know that they have nice thin paper. And my plan, if this Hobonichi repainting situation doesn't work, is to do what I want to do in the Stology. So let's go to the back and do a quick pen test. I know you've probably seen pen tests in Stologies before, blah blah, but let's start with my brush pen so I can write pen test. And I'll really try to lay down the line here. But I should probably talk about like what I want from this Hobonichi situation, because what's happening is I will put down what my plans are for the week in blue pencil. And then I will go through, and if it happened exactly how the blue pencil says it happened, I will just leave it. But then what will happen that drives me crazy is that I will write down, so here, let's use this as an example. So say I have, you know, here's an hour-long meeting. So I write meeting into this hour. Say these two grid lines are an hour. Now, I could just go in and erase it, but I don't want to erase it. I want to show what my intention was. And then frequently, if the meeting is, you know, it's longer than an hour, I will just draw an arrow to where it went to. That's fine. That's pretty normal. But then things will start to happen where the meeting is canceled. So then I have some canceled stickers. I don't have any right now with me. But say the meeting is canceled. And so I will take, let's say that this yarn thing is a canceled sticker. So I'll put a canceled sticker over it. But then what did I do for that hour? I don't know, because this, do you know what I mean? Like, this is the line, that this is the amount of time and space that the Hobonichi gives me. And so if the meeting didn't happen, it was canceled, what do I put there? So sometimes I find myself writing in the margins, like, you know, call with B, and like that. Then I end up like that. But then what happened here? Like, I know that I sound like the most anal retentive weirdo, but I also know that if you were watching this planner video where I just spent 15 minutes whiting out my Hobonichi with watercolor, you understand what I'm talking about. It's, and then it looks like this too. Like, that does not look attractive. Not that I need my journal to be attractive, but I know that when things are aesthetically pleasing to me, when I like the way it looks, I will be there. I will be in that journal. I will be more likely to be there. And it doesn't have to look perfect, right? Like, I don't care that some of the lines from my old Hobonichi layout are going to be coming through. In fact, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. It kind of makes me think of the journey. It makes me happy. So, hopefully that will help. I don't know. So there's one of my darker inks with one of my broader nibs. I actually need to refill my Lamy 1.0. Also, I put on lotion before. I did a bunch of stuff with my pens last time, and you can tell because they're kind of lotiony. This is my Pilot. Oh my god, A2 Pilot? Everybody's having a time. All of these pens are out of ink, which actually I think really shows that I have actually been using my fountain pens quite a bit more than I was. Because it used to be that I didn't change my ink out that often. Now I'm changing my ink out like every couple of weeks. I'm just checking the time and just to see that everything's okay. Here, let me do some watercolor in here and see what that looks like. Let's get some nice, or this is gouache, not watercolor. So that'll be even a better experiment. G O U C H. I think that's how you spell gouache. There might be an E in there too. I'm not using that side of my brain right now, so we'll just pretend that that makes sense. All right, so we've got gouache, we've got fountain pen ink, we've got brush pen ink. Let's put some Sharpie. Oh, honey, you're dead. Okay. Throw you on the floor. Because my trash can is far away. Let's put some, this is, wow, okay. That's also Waterman. This is my new Waterman, and I know it's full. Wetterman. It is extremely wet. Can you hear that? That is such a satisfying sound. And this is such a satisfying pen to touch and hold. Okay, now let's do Okay, I think you should have ink in you. Lamy 2000. Lamy 2000. Ever since I got the nibs tuned on this one and this one, they've just been incredible. All right, let's do my Sailor 1911 plastic. Are you also? What's going on with all of you? Oh, you're just having a hard time. You have a thing. Your nib is having a situation. You're not out of ink. You're just sad right now. This is filled with the Lamy anniversary color. What's it called? Blackberry, I think. All right. So we've done some tests. Oh, this is empty. Kokuyo DIY has. Oh, you have that green Sailor ink that I love so much. I don't have it here. I have it at home. All right, and then let's do Sharpie highlighter. That feels good. Oh, and some Pentel. Pentel. All right. I mean, everything ghosts. Everything ghosts. There is nothing. Let me see. I have a ballpoint pen. Come on, ballpoint pen. Let's see if the ballpoint ghosts. Even the ballpoint ghosts. And it ridges. I can feel it. The Lamy ridges, the Waterman ridges. The gouache, I'm not feeling a lot of I feel like I could actually feasibly paint on this paper and not have, here, let's try some of this. I know you won't be able to see that. We can add some color. See how paint affects this. Let me get some water out of this sponge and then get it up a little bit so it's not just soaking the page. And we'll just see how that works. And then I don't know if I was doing that off camera or not. I think I was actually doing that off camera. Oh, got some. And then, so let's set that aside. My Waterman is just being wet as hell. Oh, it dried. Okay, Lamy. For some reason, my Lamy is spidering. But nothing else is. Not even the Waterman. That's weird. Is it just... This is... Fuck. What's it called? I don't remember. But anyway. Let's try some wet ass paint. That is the real, when they were singing about WAP, that's what they were actually singing about, is wet ass paint. It is definitely shittier than the Tomoe River in terms of accepting, don't come for me. I mean, in terms of accepting watercolor. So let's put that aside and we'll see what it looks like towards the end of planning. I know this is just unhinged as fuck right now. But here's my B5, B6. Someone told me it was a B5. I don't think it is. I think it's a B6. B5 is like huge. Cat bus, going strong. Very good prop for the cat bus. Cover's still on, not fraying. Definitely picking up some like stains and things, but I'm totally okay with that. I don't mind that. I like it when things look like they are being used. I don't like it when things are like super uggo. What's that mean? I don't know. Okay. I don't really have anything new in here. Everything I showed you last time, my stickers, and then let's see. This, in my eagerness to record this, I totally didn't block off the pages I don't want y'all to see. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of this action where I'm just lifting the corner to figure out what it is. This is samosa that I had for lunch today. Delicious. This is just like a face that I started painting while me and Ben were hanging out waiting for our lunch at Oblation. So I've been thinking about trying to find some like fatter pens for me to use, because I was on the fountain pen subreddit and a bunch of people were like, actually, I have wrist problems, and the fatter the pen, the better my wrist problems are. And like I said earlier, I've been doing a lot more stuff, and as a result of that, my wrists hurt a lot more, and I really want to figure out how to manage that. So fatter pen. I also bought this thing at Blick because it was just in the checkout aisle, and I've been meaning to get something like this because jump scare warning. But it will help me do this motion, which will hopefully help build some more wrist strength. We'll see. We'll see if I didn't just buy this because I wanted it and then backfilled an excuse. But that's the plan with that. Anyway, Jonathan Brooks from the Carolina Pen Company, who I actually have a doodle of over here somewhere. Here it is. Yeah, that's him. I don't know if you can tell, but that was a panel that he was on at the Pacific Northwest Pen Show. So I looked at his website. He doesn't have anything for sale right now. I know that he's doing a ton of shows right now, so that's probably where all his inventory is. I did look at the pens when he was at the Northwest Pen Show. I think, my problem is that a lot of those thicker pens are, like, really expensive, and not saying they shouldn't be. Jonathan Brooks, like, pours all his own resin. Totally makes sense. But if I am experimenting on trying to find a pen that won't harm my wrist, I don't want to spend, like, $300, $500, $800 on that and be wrong. Also, I've never spent that. I've never spent $300 on a pen. Like, that's wild. I know there's really expensive pens out there, but, you know, my pens, probably my most valuable pen is my Waterman right now. It's either Lamy 2000, Pilot Vanishing Point, or my Waterman. Like, those are my most, maybe this guy. This is a Parker, Antique Parker Flex Nib, vacuum pump. These are my most valuable possessions in the world. Except for, of course, my family, my pets, and my car. And my computer, I guess, and my phone, and a bunch of other things. Anyway, so there's a samosa 8. Here's me sort of like thinking about, I've been out and about a lot more. I know we're having a COVID spike in Portland. I am masking. I am going inside masked. I am having my own anxiety about how few other people are masking and how little people are respecting personal space, even when you're wearing a mask. And it does make me nervous. I'm trying to sort of like manage my anxiety and understand that I cannot control the whole world. And I also have to figure out a way to live my life that doesn't, you know, exacerbate my mental illness. And being alone in my house forever would hasten my end. I would not do well with that. So, you know, I'm going back to stuff. I'm not seeing people I know. I'm going back to places that I think I should know people, and I don't know anybody, and they don't know me. And it's just like, it's bringing up some feels, you guys. Like, I'm a really extroverted person. I really like going places. I really like knowing people, and going into spaces that I thought that I had some degree of belonging in, and being a stranger or being treated as like a new person. You know, a lot of times I'm very happy because those spaces are very welcoming, and I feel good about the fact that spaces that I am familiar with have sustained and are still welcoming. It's wonderful. On the other hand, I am sad because a lot of the people that I know are gone. Most of them have moved away or have started new hobbies or new careers or new interests. You know, but not all of them are. So, you know, this is from comic book class. This is something that I learned in comic book class that I feel like I should have known as a planner person and a graphic person and a communications person and a paper person, is that if you take a piece of paper, so here, I'll use this note paper as like an example. Oh, damn it. I ripped it. Here, I'll use this note paper as an example. So you take a piece of paper and you draw a line from here to here and from here to here. The middle of those lines, of course, is the halfway part. But once you divide that in half and you draw a line from here to here and from here to here, the middle of that part is actually 1/3. Wait, wouldn't it be 1/4? It is 1/3 though. I don't know why it is, but it is. Don't ask me. This is 1/3. No, this is 1/4. What's happening right now? It made sense in class. Fuck. Anyway, this is the diagram that I wrote down. This has got to be 1/4, right? Bloop, 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 bloop. That's 1/4. That's not 1/3. That's 1/4, you banana pants person. It's 1/4, not 1/3. Oh, Lord. Whew. Okay, anyway. Tell me anything in a classroom setting and I'll write it down. But we were talking about how, like, done is better than good. We were also talking about how there's affordable light tablets on Amazon for, like, drawing real stuff. I also talked specifically about some of the things on my comic that I should do. Also, like, how intersections, they're called tangents, when, like, the person intersects with the background, which is happening in some of my things. And then here's some stuff, me thinking about my comic. For reference, I'm talking about this comic. Here's all the thumbnails that I accidentally put in the damn book backwards. So I think it begins here. So it's upside down. But this is the first page of the comic, and I made it big, like 18 by 4, or what are words, 11 by 17 paper. And basically, I added another column up here that sort of establishes that they are on Mars and that this is the president of Mars, Kitty Egg, and that this is her robot, Compassion Bot. And then basically the teacher was like, this column and this column, or this panel and this panel are kind of the same. So what are you going to do to, like, add drama and, like, vary them? And so that's what I was working on here. that's what I was working on here, is like varying. Do I pull out? Do I make them smaller? Do I, like, how small am I gonna make them? That doesn't really seem like that works, but I've decided I'm gonna put them inside of the building, and you're gonna, because there's an establishing shot, and the establishing shot has a building, and the building has these corner windows, and so I'm pulling it back so that you're looking at them inside of the building, and Kitty Egg and her robot are on one side, and William Egg is on the other side, because it shows the sort of like division and the barriers between them. So that's my plan for my comic. Let's see, what else is going on? Oh, here I'm just talking about, I'm doing some more art journaling. I got a Korg Monotron Duo. It is like under $50. It's a synthesizer. It's tiny. It's like this big. It's amazing. If you are someone who likes to like noodle on things that make sound, if you're constantly tapping your fingers on stuff, if you just wish that you had a thing that would like make beeps when you pushed on it, but all those things are like $2,000 and the synth subreddit thinks that that's affordable, get you a Korg Monotron Duo. My friend Zorg told me about it and I love it. So then the dog ate my phone cover, my phone thingy. Here, but yeah. And then there's my dog. My fave combo, water pen and Sailor 50. It's just the best. It's just that, like, really, all I need is this water pen, this Sailor 50 degree to line it and do the lettering, this watercolor palette, and that rag. This thing is stuffed with stuff. But really, what I need the most is these tools, and what I use the most and what I like the most. So maybe I should reevaluate, because my purse is honestly getting kind of heavy, you guys. But yeah, the dog ate my phone stand thing, so I need to get a new one. And then we're back at that watercolor that I showed you last time. My doctor said I should probably start taking NAC instead of milk thistle, because NAC also helps with obsessive thoughts, which, you know, your boy has. And then there's comic book class, and there's not a lot in this art journal today. But I should update my thingy. I usually use one of these to show what the last thing I recorded is, so that I can catch up. All right, let's check out our Hobonichi. Let's see what happened. Did it go according to plan? This is dry. It feels good. It doesn't have the same, like, hey, I've been watercolored crackle that I appreciate, but I think that's because I put it on fairly dry. And part of the crackle is like the wetness. And then I have, is this long enough? It's just long enough. Okay, so I have some thoughts on what I'm gonna do with this layout. I think I need to do that measuring and sketching off screen. So I think I'm gonna show y'all next week if it worked. But I'm gonna lay down my intentions, right? So let's say that this is my Hobonichi and this is the middle of the page. What I would really like to do is I would really like to be able to have, the reason I didn't just go buy a Pal, I want to be clear, I would have bought a Kokuyo Pal if I could. This is where my Kokuyo Pal would be if I had one. I could not, you can't buy them in America except for this one shop in Brooklyn. which I forgot the fucking name of. I will put it in the notes. But you cannot buy them. They're sold out, and they haven't started selling the 2025 PAL, and even if they did, that's for 2025. I want to know if what they do is going to work for me, and then I will happily buy this product. But the PAL is a bunch of larger rectangles that are split down the middle for the days of the week. I know they're not the same size. That's my fault. That's not the PAL's fault, right? So we've got, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, free spot. And here on this one is where you plan. And here on this spot is where you log, right? So no more of this bullshit, right? Because I can do this. I could put a meeting. And then when it's canceled, I can put a sticker. Let's put this very suspicious looking product. That's not supposed to be on the internet. Over it. Canceled sticker. And then instead, I can put call with B. Look at that. Beautiful bead footage. And unlike in the past, when I was not a person who slept ever, and I needed all 24 hours of my Hobonichi to fucking track my life because I could be awake at 5 a.m. or 3 a.m. or 1 a.m. or 8 p.m. or asleep during any of those times, but probably awake, because that's who I was. I don't need the whole 24 hours anymore. I don't need, like, I used to, in my old Hobonichis, I would use every single one of these 24 hours. I don't need that anymore. I basically wake up at 9 and I basically go to sleep at midnight. And because I'm talking about work in this planner, because I already have a journal for my personal life, I don't even need till 9 p.m., till midnight. I need from about 9 a.m., because sometimes I have really early for me. I need 9 a.m. to, I don't know, 8, maybe 10. Like, that is, I don't need all this. I don't need this vertical. So my plan is to draw those boxes here. Well, not here. Here. And then plan and blah, blah, blah. So we'll see if that's what happens. We'll see how this goes. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I got to do some math. I clearly have to do some math. So we'll see. But this is the plan. This is the game plan. This is what I'm working with. I will let you know next week what I came up with and what happened. All right, bye. Oh, wait. This. I wanted to tell you how the Stylogy took the watercolor. It makes it delightfully crispy, if you can't tell. It holds the pigment well. It's sort of, what's that word? It sort of scatters. The pigment scatters on the page. It doesn't fade cleanly. Like, for example, in the Hobonichi, because this is Hobonichi paper, when I like start to, you know, add water, sort of like scoop the pigment around the page, see it doesn't have those like particulate lines that this one has. And this is gouache and this is watercolor, so that's potentially part of it. But that's everything I have to show you this week. It's a large ass week. Oh, and I didn't even get to these. I bought the final 3 palettes for my artist palette, so that I don't have crumbly butt bullshit everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, crumbly butt bullshit. So I got the white to replace this, the black to replace this, and the pink to replace this. And then I'll have an actual palette and not crumbly baby bullshit. So, bye.